are you going to do that's good? All right, seriously.
Balance. All right.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Think good thoughts.
My gosh. Okay,
Balance
Linda
is-
and Joe here again. We're doing the.
Hi.
This was still here left on the table, so they're starving kids. All right, so whoops. Bad joke. All right, so now Linda.
Yes, Joe.
Okay, teach me to read labels. Okay, a Diet Pepsi, 0 calories and 0 sugars. So there.
What a
Now
challenge,
what?
right? Seriously, and that's what's so frustrating because it's like we're listening to everything that's being said about calories and then
Yeah.
we're doing all this diet stuff and we're fatter and sicker and more diabetic than ever before. And so I want to try to help you understand what is it about artificial sweeteners that's the biggest problem.
Okay, so artificial
Totally
sweeteners.
different.
Yesterday on the news, I heard people that drink Diet Cola have like a 5% or 5 times more likely to have a heart attack just by drinking Diet Cola. So we're starting to hear about the fact of the repercussions and the consequences of Diet Cola. So help me explain this because I see 0 calorie and 0 sugars, and that's very attractive.
What a challenge it is being guinea pigs,
I'm
isn't
telling
it?
you,
I know. And you know what? It's, don't do that. Please don't do that. All right. So here's the challenge, too. I mean, you look at the word diet. I mean, just take the T off of it, and what does it say? All right. No, anyway. Here's the thing with artificial sweeteners. We understand it's about the sweetness index that's in there. So glycemic index is how much sugar is in a food.
Okay.
Low glycemic, food is fuel. High glycemic, food is fat. Now, we're talking about sweetness index. So how sweet is something? So that's like a Brix level. If people are wine connoisseurs, they know all about that. The higher the Brix level, the higher the sweetness in the wine. Okay. So what happens now is that these don't have any sugar in them.
Or calories.
Correct.
And this is why I mentioned before where you started making me aware, let's pay attention more to the sugar than the calories. Okay. 0 calorie, 0 sugar.
Yeah, and see, and this is where the challenge comes in again then. So it's just the biggest frustration, right? We're doing this stuff and it's not working. So what happens now is when you take a sip of this product, because it's an artificial sweetener, it is so sweet. It's like anywhere between like 30 to 6,000 times sweeter than regular sugar. Okay. So if you taste regular sugar, seriously, when you open up that little packet of blue, pink, or yellow or whatever, you only need this much, right, to sweeten up a coffee, whereas normally you'd use 2 tablespoons, right, sometimes, because of how sweet it is. Okay. So there's no sugar in here, but the sweet is really high.
So what happens when I do
Now what happens is when you take a sip of this, the back of your tongue measures how sweet something is, and it says, holy cow, we've got 10 truckloads of sugar coming into the body. Okay. It sends a message to the brain. So that's called a cephalic response. Brain is cephalic. Okay. All right, so it sends a message to the brain that says we got 10 truckloads of sugar coming in. We got to get ready for this. And the brain sends a message to the pancreas that has to make the insulin to handle the sugar, and it says, dude, let go of a whole bunch of insulin. We got 10 truckloads of sugar coming in. Even though there's no sugar in there, it still forces the pancreas to release a bunch of insulin. And there's your challenge right there.
Now, doctors tell diabetics they can drink this because there's no sugar.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, it's okay because it's like they're taking insulin supplements or, I mean, you know, like through medications, through injections, whatever. But the thing is there's no sugar, so it's no big deal because they're not making insulin. They don't have to worry about it because there's no sugar in here. Okay. But if you're pre-diabetic and all of a sudden you're doing something that forces the pancreas to work really hard right now, well, you know what? Chances are you're going to get the diabetes then because this is going to overwork.
So regardless, your body is still, your pancreas is still going to produce
a bunch of insulin. And if it's really tired, you're going to make it more tired right now. Okay. So the goal is going to be like, we got to try to find other ways to help satisfy
when the pancreas starts working and it realizes this is, 100 times sweeter than regular sugar, the pancreas goes to work, makes a ton of insulin.
Well, the brain told the pancreas. They didn't find the sugar.
Oh, so so the artificial sweetener triggers a brain response, which is the cephalic. Okay. Yeah. But there's no sugar coming into the body, so there's no place for the insulin to attach.
Correct.
Right?
And so now what happens is whatever sugar is available, it's going to grab and pull into a cell, and what does the brain need? A steady, constant supply of?
Sugar.
Exactly. And now it doesn't have it. So how are you feeling?
This is where you get really cranky and moody and everything else.
Yeah.
And then this is where you go hypoglycemic then?
Correct. Perfect. Yes.
Okay.
Hypo is low.
Okay.
Glyc is sugar.
So-
Emic is blood.
So then you're actually craving. This is where
You're
when I'm
starving.
hype, I have to eat something.
Yes. Yep. And your fat cells are wide open because you just released a bunch of insulin. So everything you eat for the next 2 hours,
Okay.
straight into a fat cell.
So what you just said is the reason why that science is now coming out saying that Diet Cola is 10 times worse than regular cola because it's actually more fattening
Correct. Yes.
because of the whole process of the pancreas overworking,
Mhm.
which opens up the fat cells, right?
Mhm. Yeah, there's a lot of insulin.
And
so
then
it's opening up the
whatever
fat
you're
cells.
going, okay, so whatever you're going to eat, wow. All right, well, I feel so much smarter now.
You are smarter. Isn't that awesome? Smarter means healthier too. Isn't that incredible? And that's an important thing too. I mean, and that's one of our biggest challenges is just
Okay.
starting to understand this a little bit easier.
Wow.
And that's what this is
Well,
all about.
guys, hopefully you got this. At least this makes a heck of a lot more sense because there's a lot in the media with regards to this artificial and diet and stuff, and just making something so simple and so common sense of how can we get fat by drinking something with zero sugar and 0
Within
calories.
3 seconds.
Okay. Well, there
First
you go.
sip. And don't forget your diet gums and your diet mints and your diet cookies and everything. Artificial sweeteners.
Any artificial.
Exactly.
Well, hey, we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys have fun. Thanks, Linda.
Thank you.
See you guys.